You're 53.
28 and 53.
20,
together.
Yeah. 28.
Okay. The government is committed to. Sorry. Sorry.
With 50.
Yes, it is. If it's okay, I can answer them together. The government is committed to supporting parents and caring for young children at home in a range of ways. Within the remit of my own department, a number of schemes provide support to parents, whether they work full-time, part-time, or stay at home. For example, from September of 2018, all children aged from 2 years and 8 months will be entitled to access 2 years of free preschool through the ECHI program. 114,000 children are expected to benefit this September, many of whom will be children of stay-at-home parents. The current targeted childcare schemes are available to families where parents are in receipt of certain social welfare payments or medical cards, again, many of whom are stay-at-home parents. A universal childcare subsidy is available to all parents of children under 3, regardless of whether parents are working or not. The Affordable Childcare Scheme, which is under development, will make childcare subsidies available on the basis of family income and will be available to stay-at-home parents. More widely across government, there are various initiatives that support stay-at-home parents. A child benefit payment of €140 per month is available to all children. Budget 2018 increased the home care tax credit to €1,200 per year. There has also been a number of new measures to support parents to spend time at home with children in their early years. 2 weeks of paternity leave and benefit for fathers was introduced in 2016. In 2017, there was an extension to maternity leave and benefit to mothers of babies born prematurely. Currently, my department is also drafting a cross-government early years strategy. The strategy will include a range of measures to support families, given the fundamental importance they play in shaping children's outcomes. I look forward to updating the House on those developments later this year.
Thank you, Minister, and it would be very good if we could be updated. And I suppose particularly in relation to budget policy, because we know the budget process, we're in the middle of it now, effectively, in the sense that departments are negotiating with departments of public expenditure and reform to whatever comes in October. Do you think within this budget process there are any other major initiatives other than the ones that are existing that you are looking for in this budget process, and how will you ensure, if there are, that it won't, in a sense, make it difficult for parents who might want to stay at home in terms of creating an environment where increasingly the incentives would promote a different approach? That's the real. It's not that people are pitching one parent against the other. Far from it. Every family and every parent are in their own circumstances and need support. But when we have a system that disproportionately favours one choice over another, then there's a concern that it makes it difficult to take that choice. So can you give any indication within the budget process, separate to the whole early years strategy that you're doing, do you expect to introduce measures in this year's budget? And if so, can you give some outline as to what those new additional measures might be?
Just table the question.
And to support what Deputy Eamon Ryan has just said, the value of parents who do take that option of staying at home to mind their children, any increase in the home tax credit would be important, Minister, and I, like Deputy Ryan, would like to hear any further measures you have to help and facilitate parents who do a very valued job in terms of that. And if you are in conversation, if you are in discussions with the Minister for Public Expenditure in relation to any measures you might be introducing for stay-at-home parents.
We move on.
I think 3 things. First of all, what I've done in my first answer is lay out a number of measures and supports for stay-at-home parents, and I think that needs to be acknowledged. And because of the value, of course, that the government places in relation to the parenting and the provision of the support that families provide their children in that context. The second issue is asking me questions in relation to this year's budget and other measures. Yes, I have begun some initial discussions with the Minister for for Finance, but I'm in the midst of those, and I'm not going to indicate right now to all of those things that I'm trying to get. But what I will say is, of course, I am absolutely committed, and I think, particularly for all families, for stay-at-home parents, as well as those, obviously, who, and that's largely in terms of other aspects of the childcare infrastructure that I have set up, is to enable the choice of women who want to leave the family, to leave in order to move into the workforce, and so that their children will be cared for. But in terms of my earlier, that they will have the choice, because a lot of women don't have that choice in light of the expense of childcare currently. But in terms of the more measures for stay-at-home parents, I really do believe there's a whole lot more potential, particularly in relation to what we've identified in ways of supporting families and children in the context of this new and upcoming early years strategy. We've had an open debate about that more recently, and I will be publishing that
I just
later
take the
on.
opportunity to remind the House we were 7 minutes late starting. We didn't have a quorum. At one stage, it appeared that we'd have to suspend the House till 12 o'clock. Now we have more than enough. So just a reminder that questions needs 1 hour and 30 minutes, and whoever is listening to me should learn that we start at 10:30. Deputy Hayden, if you forfeit the 30 seconds, you will get one question and one answer from the Minister, and then I hope to take Deputy Smith. Question number 29. Okay. 29.